Ludwig Feuerbach was born in Germany in 1804. He was born in a small town called Landshut, in the south of Germany. His family was well-educated and valued learning. His father was a lawyer, and his mother was a teacher who believed strongly in the importance of education. Ludwig's early years were filled with books, and he became a curious boy who loved to learn. He quickly showed his natural talent for thinking and exploring new ideas. As Ludwig grew older, he went to the University of Heidelberg, one of the best universities in Germany. There, he studied philosophy, which became his passion. He was introduced to the great ideas of famous philosophers like Immanuel Kant and G.W.F. Hegel. These philosophers had big, deep ideas about how humans understand the world and what role they play in it. Ludwig was very interested in these ideas and often thought about them deeply. But he also started developing his own thoughts about the world and human existence. One important thing that Ludwig studied at the university was religion. At that time, many people believed in God in a very traditional way. They thought that God was a powerful and mysterious figure who controlled everything. However, Ludwig began to question this idea. He felt that people created God in their own image. In other words, he believed that humans had created the idea of God based on their own desires, fears, and needs. To Ludwig, God was not something that existed outside of human experience, but rather a reflection of human needs and thoughts. This idea was revolutionary and very different from the beliefs of many people at the time. Most people believed strongly in God as a real, powerful being. They thought that worshipping God was the key to understanding life and the universe. Ludwig's views challenged these traditional ideas, and many people did not like his way of thinking. They thought his ideas were dangerous because they could make people question their beliefs and religion. But Ludwig didn't stop. After finishing university, he continued to think deeply about the world and its meaning. He began to write about his thoughts and share them with others. One of his most important books was called The Essence of Christianity. In this book, Ludwig argued that religion, especially Christianity, was a way for people to understand themselves better. He believed that humans needed religion because they felt weak, afraid, and uncertain about life. They created God as a way to comfort themselves and explain the world. However, Ludwig believed that this idea of God was not based on truth but on human imagination. The ideas in the essence of Christianity were controversial. Many religious people felt upset by his arguments. They thought he was trying to destroy their faith. But Ludwig believed that people should not rely on religion to find meaning in their lives. He thought that human beings could find answers to big questions about life by looking at themselves and the world around them. Instead of focusing on a distant, unknown God, Ludwig said that people should focus on their own needs, desires, and relationships with each other. For Ludwig, understanding human nature was the most important thing. Ludwig's work was not popular with everyone. Many religious leaders and philosophers disagreed with him. They thought his ideas were wrong and even dangerous. However, Ludwig's ideas had an impact on the world. They made people start thinking about religion in a new way. His ideas encouraged others to question their beliefs and think for themselves, instead of just accepting the teachings of religion without understanding them. Ludwig Feuerbach was not only a philosopher, but he was also a writer. Over the years, he wrote many books, essays, and letters. These writings continued to explore the relationship between human beings, religion, and the world. His influence grew as other thinkers started to read his work. One of the most famous philosophers who read Ludwig's books was Karl Marx. Marx was very interested in Ludwig's ideas about human beings creating their own world. Marx agreed that people could shape their own lives, but he also thought that social and economic factors played a huge role in how people lived. Marx believed that changing the way societies worked would help people live better lives. While Ludwig focused on religion and philosophy, Marx focused more on politics and economics. Despite their differences, both Ludwig and Marx agreed that people had the power to change their world. Ludwig's ideas also influenced another important thinker, Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche, like Ludwig, was critical of religion and traditional beliefs. He believed that people should not rely on old ideas about God or morality. Instead, he thought people should find their own values and meaning in life. Nietzsche believed that humans could create their own destiny and live according to their own will. In many ways, Nietzsche's philosophy was a continuation of Ludwig's ideas. Both philosophers argued that human beings should not live by rules created by religion or tradition, but should focus on their own potential to shape their lives. Ludwig Feuerbach's ideas were part of a larger movement in Germany called German idealism. German idealism was a group of philosophical ideas that focused on understanding how humans experience the world. The philosophers of this movement, like Hegel, sought to understand how people know what is real and how they relate to the world around them. Ludwig's contribution to German idealism was to focus on human beings as the center of everything. He believed that the human mind and human experiences were the key to understanding life. Ludwig thought that, instead of focusing on religion or external forces, people should look at their own lives, their needs, and their relationships with others to find meaning and happiness. Ludwig's influence continued to grow as more people read his work. His ideas reached beyond philosophy and religion and influenced many different areas of thought. His focus on human nature and the idea that people could create their own world shaped modern philosophy. Even today, philosophers continue to study Ludwig Feuerbach's ideas. His work has inspired many people to think critically about religion, morality, and human existence. Many of his ideas continue to be discussed and debated in universities and among scholars. In the years after Ludwig's death in 1872, his ideas became more widely accepted. His work helped people understand that religion and morality could be questioned and explored. Ludwig's ideas encouraged others to search for their own answers to life's big questions, instead of relying on tradition or religion. Today, we can see that many of his ideas have influenced modern thoughts about freedom, self-expression, and personal meaning. Ludwig Feuerbach may have lived many years ago, but his influence continues to be felt. His thoughts about human beings, religion, and philosophy helped change the way people think about the world. By questioning traditional beliefs, Ludwig created space for new ideas to grow. He showed that it was important to challenge old ways of thinking, and to seek answers that were more connected to human experience. Today, Ludwig's legacy lives on, and his ideas continue to inspire people who want to understand the world and their place in it. Through his books, essays, and philosophy, Ludwig Feuerbach played a crucial role in shaping modern thought. His work challenged people to think differently about religion, the nature of human beings, and the world around them. Even though not everyone agreed with him, his bold thinking opened up new possibilities for understanding life. Thanks to Ludwig Feuerbach, people continue to ask questions, explore new ideas, and think critically about the world we live in. This work has continued to inspire and challenge thinkers, writers, and philosophers in the modern world, making Ludwig Feuerbach one of the key figures in the history of philosophy. His dedication to exploring the role of human beings in the universe, and his call to focus on human experience, rather than religious doctrine, made a significant mark in the world of ideas.